Surprisingly, I don't have a whole lot on my mind. Although I guess you could say I don't have a whole lot of details and specifics on my mind, but I do have. I guess I have a lot on my mind. Just recently, I went to the doctor and found out I'll need an MRI on my left knee. Apparently, the medial meniscus, I can't remember which bone the femur is connecting to because I don't remember my anatomy numbers. Words, not numbers. They're not numbers. What's wrong with me? I don't remember my anatomy too well. There's a lot of stuff I do remember, but it's mostly like function, not so much specifics. But anyway, there may be a little tear, so I'll need to get an MRI. And they're asking me questions like, are you claustrophobic? I said, well, sometimes. And she's just kind of looking at me like she needs a yes or no, I suppose. It's like, yes. And then she asked me, can you sit still for 45 minutes? I'm like, nope. Not gonna happen ever. And so I'm thinking, I probably won't need to be in it for that long, but I think these are, requirements just in case they need to do longer MRI scans or if they need to do more for whatever reason. But because of those answers, they prescribed me Xanax. Anybody who's played Metal Gear Solid, you'll know it as diazepam. And I'm like, oh yeah. I've never had an anti-anxiety that I can be aware of. And so it should be interesting, I think. Especially since they want me to take it about 2 hours beforehand to see if it works, and then, like, if necessary, take another one. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully, if it comes down to needing a surgery on my knee, I'd rather it be done at the very end of me being here and not like in the next couple of weeks or something. Because then that means that I'll have to be not working, and then they'll try to quote unquote figure something out with regards to that. Because I know they're going to want to get somebody up here working security when I'm not. So the likelihood would be a scheduled surgery, and they'll want to get somebody here basically that day to start working. Still kind of recovering from my recent illness. Mostly just the, runny nose and congestion and sinus stuff, blockage. One thing, though, that I've been thinking about is my computer. Being here in Alaska and having, I'm using the default stand for my microphone. And it's a good solid microphone stand, I'll admit. But with the added weight of my pop filter, and also just the way that I've got it all set up, it's kind of unstable at times. So occasionally I'll accidentally knock it over, especially if I get all excited and playing something or watching a video or whatever. So I'm kind of missing my my boom arm, my flexible arm, whatever it is. But with that in mind, I hope to get a computer desk when I get back to LA. That way I can actually mount the arm on there the way that it should be, because I don't know if I've mentioned this before. In order for me to have mounted my microphone back home in LA right now, I had a chair that was part of a, like a dining set. It's like steel, metal, glass combination thing. And I had to use like those lock ties, zip ties. I had to use those zip ties in order to actually keep it stable. But because it wasn't super stable, it would I could swing it a little bit here and there and whatnot. It was great. But at the same time, it wasn't really where I wanted it to be. And so getting a computer desk, I think, is going to make things a little easier. Plus, I'll be able to move the computer desk over to the side where my bed is. If I can make it flush with like the entryway and all that stuff, it'd be kind of interesting. We'll see what happens. But yeah, having the computer desk would be good, and I'll definitely be getting a peripheral, just because it makes life easier. I was considering getting a new computer, and I'm still thinking about it. But I'm definitely not going to be putting too much money into it. I mean, I'd love to have like $1,000 computer desktop that, I got built and is, super good compared to everything else I've ever had. But when it comes down to it, I'm realizing that I don't really need as much as I think I need. Sure, I like playing certain video games, and I haven't played Heroes of the Storm since I left. And, I'd like to play that again, but at the same time, I don't need to. And this actually kind of goes into the next idea, and that is, I need to find different ways to spend my time. Spend a lot of time on the internet, spend a lot of time playing video games, and it gets me nowhere. It does nothing for me, for the most part. I mean, it's entertainment, yes, but when I mean it doesn't do anything for me in the sense that it's not improving my life or improving my career path, if you will. It's improving my mood sometimes it's just infuriating, so whatever. And that goes to the main point, I guess, is I need to get a car. Having a car in LA it's not just a good idea, it's almost mandatory. Because of how convoluted it is getting around. I mean, it took me 2 hours to get to the damn airport. It's gonna take me another 2 hours to get there, I'm sure, depending on what fucking time of day I get there. I mean, and again, what happens if I get there at like 9:30 p.m. or something? It's just, I don't know. So, having a car is going to make my life a little easier with regards to that. And also, having the car will, I think, force me to think outside the box, if you will, with regards to my motivations. Because then I'll be like, okay, well, I've got this car, I gotta do stuff. And there were some things that I wanted to do this past semester. I wanted to join the local Students in Media Broadcasting Association, aka SIMBA. I wanted to join SIMBA on some of the things that we were doing, volunteers hours and stuff and events and whatnot, and I just couldn't because the bus system isn't good. It's effective, but it's not good. And when you get up at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday and you need to be somewhere at 3, it'd be a good idea, I guess, to be able to get there and do that thing. So why not? Why not have the ability to get up and then get out and then go? And that's the thing, like, I'm finally in a position where I have that ability to. I was in LA for 2.5 years, living on the streets, not able to take on a lot of opportunities. I need to be able to do that now. And this is something that I thought of, I think it was like maybe a week into being here. I was like, I'm gonna need a car. Now I need to get something cheap. If I can get it for under $1,000, that'd be great. If I can get it for like $500, that'd be amazing. It'd be a piece of shit, I'm sure. But nevertheless, it's just, it would be great to have all that, because then I could go places that I need to go. Hell, gas sometimes can be cheaper than taking the damn bus, depending, of course. Now, one of the things I'll probably still do is get the, regarding school, that is, I'll get the semester bus pass, because, come on, it's $30. It'll probably go up because the prices have gone up. But even if it's like 30, 40, or even $50 for like 3 months worth of time. That's a pretty good amount, really. So doing that will give me and that's the thing, it'll open opportunities. I'll have my bicycle, I'll have the bus, I don't have the car. Now I'll probably end up using the car more depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. But I need to, once I have the car, I really hope, and honestly, I'm trying to motivate myself even now. I'll have the motivation to seek out some kind of job in the area, whether it's talking to the right people, if it's friends, whatever, friends, classmates, etc. If it's just to make enough money to, keep things afloat and grow a little bit, that'll be worth it, I think. I need change. I tell people, and I do it. I do this. This is something, I practice what I preach with regards to this. But I tell people that every now and then, roughly every 6 months or so, I say, you have to take inventory of your life. You have to figure out what it is that you want to stay the same and the things that you want to change. The thing is I want to stay where I live. So I'm going to start moving all of my billing address stuff to where I live. And I'm going to get rid of my P.O. box. Where it's at isn't exactly ideal, even if I had a car. Especially if I have a car. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, sure, there's bus stations and stuff nearby, but it's just not ideal overall. I need to find a better place. Especially with better, cheaper parking. Because downtown LA is expensive when it comes to parking. So, when the time comes and I have the money in my account, I'm going to pay for 3 months on my P.O. box and then have all of my billing addresses and stuff moved to my living address. And then that P.O. box can be gone. I won't have a storage. So basically, all of the things that I had associated with my homelessness, especially the bills that are associated with it, are going to be gone. In a way that's good, because even though having a P.O. box is useful, right now it's not cost efficient. Sure, I think $130 a year. That's not really all that bad. But I'd rather pay that money to pay for SoundCloud right now. And that's interesting to me because it's like paying like 100 and whatever it is for the unlimited account once a year. That sounds like a reasonable investment. If I'm going to end up growing on this medium, that's something I'm going to need. And I enjoy the prospects of that. Again, like I said, I don't think I'm going to need a more powerful computer. So I really don't have to worry about buying a new computer to do what I'm doing. I don't really even need better audio equipment at the moment. I mean, really, most of what I need to continue doing this, I have. Now, the one thing I'd like to have is a private room and put some acoustic foam in there. That way it'll actually sound better and prevent outside noises from coming in. But that can wait until I have my own room. And that may be a possibility. That depends. We'll see. And then I have school. I want to take acting classes. I don't know exactly what classes I'll take because I have to wait until the 24th to be able to even sign up. Hopefully the internet here is available and working by then. I mean, it's only a couple weeks, but still, I've been here for 3 weeks and I haven't had internet, and it sucks. I'm uploading these when I get to McDonald's, and the last time I was there for about 30 minutes, and I had only uploaded about 13 megabytes on one file. Fortunately, a bunch of people had left, and so the internet freed up, and then I was able to start uploading much faster, and I even got another one in. That was great. Just in time, too, because I had finished it, and then my ride showed up. So, that worked out. But yeah, I want to take at least one acting class, and then I'll figure out the rest after that. But, and honestly, it sounds fun. It sounds like it's more fun than anything else. But at the same time, it doesn't sound just fun, it sounds right, I guess. It sounds like a good idea. You know, I've been getting a lot of good feedback, and I may have mentioned this already. But, you know, it's nice to hear that stuff. It's nice to hear from people that you respect or even appreciate, or just you don't have a negative opinion of, that what you're doing they think is a good idea, and that they encourage you to pursue something along those lines. I never got that from my parents that I could be aware of. And I look back on myself and I think, I remember telling myself I could never be an actor. But I think part of it was also just my audience, my friends in high school. And, you know, they're a little more conservative. And my behavior, they found to be less desirable. I didn't fit with their desires, I guess, when it comes to having a friend. But I've found more friends that seem to appreciate the real me. And, you know, hopefully, as this goes along, I'll continue to open up even more so. One of the reasons I want to take an acting class, and perhaps pursue acting in general, is it requires you to really connect, I think, emotionally in some sense. To be able to understand emotion. More than at least I currently do, anyway. Because of that, I think that'll improve me. And ultimately, that's the goal. Self-improvement. Everything that I was talking about, you know, with the taking inventory of your life especially, it's all about self-improvement. If you're trying to improve yourself, I feel you are doing yourself and the rest of the world a service. You're doing something good. And I don't think anybody can take that away from you. I don't think anybody should try, but I think it gives you the ability to be stronger as a person. You know, there's things that I learned about myself on the streets that I don't ever see going away. If anything, I'll remember them and say, you know what? I gotta change something because that's still there.